Hi everyone, this is Jessica from jewelrytutorialhq.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make these fun beaded hoop earrings, and I've got something exciting to share with you as well. This video is sponsored by my friend Beach Arts. We're having a giveaway where you can enter to win the very same beads that I used to make these earrings. Click here to find out more and to enter to win these beautiful beads from Beach Arts. Now let's make some earrings. I'm going to start you off by showing you a little trick I use to get the same size loops every time. Just use a fine tip Sharpie marker right on my round nose pliers on the jaw that faces me when I'm holding it in my dominant hand. So if you're a lefty, you want to mark it on the other side. I'm starting with an 8-inch piece of 22 gauge half hard copper wire, and make sure I can't feel the end sticking out between the jaws. And I'm going to twist away from me, let go, twist away again, and I'm going to keep repeating this until I've gone around 2 full times and I come back to where the first end of the wire is. And I'm just going to pull that straight. Now I've got a little coiled loop. Now I'm going to take 4 inches of beads, and I'm telling you in inches because that means that you can use different size beads and still get the same result. These are size 6/0 glass beads, which means they're about 4 millimeters. So I've got 4 inches of beads now, and I'm going to take the end of the wire and pass it through the loop. I'm just going to gently curve the beads around. And I'm going to pull this tight. I'm going to grab my chain nose pliers and I'm going to hold that in place and bend it, so that should stop it from sliding around. Now I can just reshape this as necessary. Now I'm going to grab the wire with my round nose pliers, lining it up with the mark on the jaw, and I'm about 1/4 of an inch up. And I'm just going to bend the wire away until my wrist won't move anymore, and then I grab the end of the wire and pull it around the rest of the way. Now that's a little crooked, so I'm just going to kink that back to straighten up that loop. Now with my chain nose pliers, I'm going to hold on to that loop and twist the wire around one time. I'm going to hold it like this so you can see what I'm doing. I want to pull this wire straight down. See, it's not quite centered, so I'm going to bend it over just a little bit and try again. I want it to come straight down between the 2 beads at the top, like that. Now, with my flush cutters, use the back of the flush cutters so you get a flush cut. A little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. Cut it off. And then again with the round nose pliers, lining up with the mark on the jaw, twist it away from me. Do that a couple times until the end of the wire meets itself again. Now I'm just going to straighten up this loop, and this might be sticking out just a little bit, so I'm going to push that back a bit so that it's going to line up and it'll hang straight. Now we've got our first beaded hoop. We're ready to make the second part. So we're doing the same thing again. We're just going to make a double coiled loop. Same technique as before. This piece of wire is about 5 inches long, and I'm going to thread on 2 inches of beads in my second color this time. Another reason I like to measure instead of counting beads is because a lot of times these beads aren't the same size, so 18 beads on this one might not measure the same as the other one. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before, just kind of curve the beads around and thread the end of the wire through the loop and pull it tight. And then use your chain nose pliers to make a 90-degree angle. It'll help hold it in place. Now I'm going to cut this using the back of my flush cutters at about 1/4 of an inch. And using my round nose pliers, lined up with the line again, and just twist until the wire meets itself. So this is just a single loop that we're going to be able to open so we can hook it to the other piece. Now with your chain nose pliers, we're going to use a twisting motion, just like when you open a jump ring. That will help not bend the loop out of shape, and hook it through the loop on the big hoop, and then using that same twisting motion, close. You just twist it, kind of rock it back and forth until you get it closed. So I've done the same on both hoops. Now I made a mistake earlier. I should have made this loop facing side to side instead of front to back, because this is the way that I want my earrings to hang. Now if you want them to face to the side, that's fine. It's a matter of personal preference, but it's real easy to fix. You just use your chain nose pliers and twist 1/4 of a turn until the loop faces the right way. No sweat. Do it all the time. Now I've got my ready-made ear wires. We're going to open these the same way, twisting motion using your chain nose pliers. And by the way, if you'd like to learn how to make ear wires just like this, I've got another great video that will show you how to do that. So close it back up with that same twisting motion. We're going to do the same on the other earring. And ta-da! These are pretty fun. I hope you love this project and that you'll join me again soon. Be sure to check out jewelrytutorialhq.com for more free jewelry tutorials. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to not miss the next video. See y'all next time.